Hey guys, this is the WMWesports, the US Grand Prix here at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Going into this race, the top 5 in the championship are Matty on 369, Matto Man on 232, Rob Wills 231, myself 217 and Scammer 191, but Matto Man is not racing this evening, so that does give us an opportunity to make up some time, some points to him. We'll need to use that to our advantage, I feel. And so this is the start of our lap on the softs. As we go up the steep incline up to turn 1. Higher grade than Radion at Spa. We don't hit the apex. There's so many lines you can take through that corner. It shouldn't make too much of a difference. As we sweep through the first sector now, modelled of course after Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Don't quite hit the apex there, probably lost a tenth. So we're not purple through the first sector. Very, very difficult to nail that one and not invalidate either. We get on the curb, but we're fine. As we then go towards this hairpin, which is really, really important, as it should give us a lot of momentum on the straight. Good traction coming out of there. I'm running quite high wing levels just for pace in that first sector, which may cost me on the straights.
Only got 2 laps of fuel left.
And sort of brake here, take as much as that curb, probably lose a bit of momentum. This section of course modelled after the Hockenheim Stadium section. So purple through there. Currently sat in P8. Beautiful corner if your car's hooked up. Modelled after turn 8 in Istanbul. Try to be committed as possible through there, that's not too bad. And this is trickier than it looks. But that was okay. Until that's P1 at the moment provisionally. But there's still quite a few cars to go round. And so as quali finish, Rob Wills is on pole. He's beaten my time by about 0.3 of a second. Can Matty dislodge us off the front row? Oh, he's gone wide there. Surely that's invalidated. No, it hasn't. Matty pips us to second. Onto the top 4. Very, very close on speed. It's possible we're at a disadvantage as well by being on the further side of the grid, not having the inside line into turn 1, but we'll see. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And away we go in Kota. That's a good start. Although we're slightly boxed in, we're going to try the outside of Rob as Matty goes up his inside. Need to be mindful of Scammer as well, though, on our inside. So we're going to have to take a wide line. It's a bit slower. Scammer has got behind us. We'll have the inside going into here. We give Scammer space, but we've managed to save that, so we're still in P3 currently. And so this is a replay of my start, and it's the best getaway I think I've had all season. It's something I've been improving on slowly each race. It's probably the first lap where I haven't conceded a position to anyone, which bodes well if I want a podium at the end of all this. A lot of dust on track as well as we go for this spectacular series of corners. Not quite as good as the Silverstone, the original, but still nonetheless quite a nice sequence of corners. And so what I need to do now is I need to stick within a second of the top 2 for the next 2 laps. So for when DRS, as we get slippery coming out of there, and that's going to lose us momentum. And the wonder if Scammer behind us can gain on us as well. We'll put the RS on to defend ourselves. It's not to try and make a move on those in front. So we take as much of that curve as we could. Followed Rob through there. It's legal as we... we're still getting slippery. And all I've done, and again, the car just doesn't want to grip. And all we've done on these tyres is an outlap fast lap, in lap, formation lap, and the race start, and they already feel terrible. Oh, Rob gets slippery coming out of the penultimate corner. And so Matty leads from Rob, from myself, from Scarman, and from Mick in 5th. In turn 1 here, there's so many different lines you can take. And it depends how you set up your car, which is faster as well. But at the moment we need to gain ground to these in front. And we're quicker than them through that section anyway. And so we gain a lot of momentum. Is Rob going to make the move into the hairpin? He thinks about it, he doesn't do it. As we're really struggling for traction out the hairpin, what we've managed to do on this lap as well, because Scarman's battling Mick, is gain a second, so hopefully when it comes to the next lap, when DRS is enabled, he will not be eligible for DRS. As you can see, the tyres are only about 14%. I say only, it is only lap 2, but they feel horrible. But it looks as though, based on this early pace, we're definitely in this fight. Everyone started the race on the soft tyres, bar a new guy into the league, Bilton Matt, I believe he's called. So it'll be interesting to see how that strategy plans out for him. He started right at the back. I think he DNF'd us. Rob's going to try and make a move on Matty going into the first corner. We get fastest lap despite being slippery coming out of there. So as I said, we've definitely got the pace for this, and we will be within DRS range, and we'll be able to pick up any scraps that these two leave for us. What we don't have, however, is the way I've set up the car is I don't have any straight line speed. And I noticed then as soon as I got into the dirty air on warm tyres, I was really struggling with understeer. But Rob looks really close to Matty at the moment. But we'll pick up DRS from this as well, as that's Ripley out of the race. No sign of a safety car yet. As Rob takes the lead on the straight, and he's passed Matty before the corner, so we still struggle with our rear end grip. And I'm sore at the wheel a little bit as well. And that wasn't the perfect line for there either. There is a yellow flag on track. I think that's Ripley's car just going to be recovered. And through the quicker corners, we're definitely quicker than these two in front. It's traction off the slower corners such as the hairpin, etc., that we're really struggling. So that's Theon out as well now. And that is a safety car. So safety car out on lap 4. And so everyone pitted, bar a couple at the front. But the 4 I'm fighting with, which is Rob, Matty and Scarma, they put on mediums, we put on softs. This may be a mistake actually, unless we can make a move on these guys. Quite sharpish. As we go for the restart, we get a quite good restart, but as you can see, Matty's straight line speed is just better than ours. We're in the slipstream, but still not able to catch. That move's never going to happen there. And we've compromised ourselves because Paul's might fancy to go around the outside. Now he does. So we've got Paul on our inside, we give him space on that curb. We managed to sweep, but need to be careful of how we're doing here as I think the cars ahead who've tried to lock into a strategy here, their tyres must be crying at this moment. And this has really ruined the strategy for us at this time. As Rob gets past Keith going into the hairpin. Wonder if Keith will fancy a go at him. Keith with very, very good straight line speed. As we can have a look on the outside of Matty, but we're not going to get there, and still too mindful of Skarma. We need to get past Matty and Rob very, very quickly for this strategy to work, otherwise we're going to be a sitting duck when we put on the mediums and they bolt on the softs. This strategy would have worked if we were leading, but it's not going to work when we're chasing. As you can see already, Rob's bolted, so he's making a gap already. And so I've got a good run on Matty, he's got an even better run on Keith. We're 3 wide going up the hill towards turn 1. I'm going to brake. I try my best not to understeer into Matty. The move's done. I've made the move on Keith as well. And so we got that done as we needed to. What didn't help was Skarma managed to get past down as Matty runs wide there. We've definitely got an advantage on the softs, but it's difficult to overtake around here. As we get a bit of a slide coming through there. No DRS yet, of course, and Matty has brilliant traction and straight line speed coming off of that hairpin. I believe there's a yellow flag somewhere. I think that's been cleared. We're not close enough to Matty this time. The only thing we can do is harry him into making an error. Rob's got ahead of Brown Dog, and that's who me and Matty will be on the back of next. Another yellow flag coming up, quickly turns green. There's Matty running wide, so we might have a run on him here. Not quite. Brown Dog's wide there. I wonder if Matty will try a move going up the hill into turn 1. DRS now enabled, but we won't get it on this main straight. We will have it though on the back straight. As Matty thinks about a move. He's not quite there. As we go through the Magneton back hit section, and ooh, had to slam on the brakes just a little bit there. We're going to follow Matty straight through. And just in time as well, because that's a safety car. And so here's the move. You can see Matty making it there, and we're just going to follow him straight through. But because of all this now, Bilton Matt leads. He still hasn't stopped yet, and he's still on the medium tyres. Is it a mistake that he hasn't stopped? Done the one stopper for hards on this lap? I'm not so sure. But myself, Matty and Rob should be able to overtake him fairly quickly, I imagine. As we're on much, much better tyres. But the way our strategy is at the moment, it's probably going to drop us behind Skarma. Because these cars will be lightning on these softs in that last stint. We've definitely got an advantage on Matty through there. Have a look at the dummy, not quite. Will he run wide? He does. He thought we were making a move, and this is what we need to do to put the pressure on. We're not close enough, though. He definitely has that advantage in the straight line. But I think on these softs we're probably the quickest person on track now. We just need to get a move on with us. Really, really difficult to follow through there. I'd love to have had Turkey in this game just to sample turn 8. I think the last time was maybe 10 years ago, one of these games. But as you can see, Matt, we're struggling in the slower corners. But this is a titanic fight at the moment for the lead and for the podium places. So fastest there. We're going to take a different line to Matty through there. And we run slightly wide. All four wheels went completely off track. As Rob looks as he's about to overtake for the lead on the DRS. And this has turned from a 4-car battle for the lead at the start to a 5 battle. Skarma still in the mix, he's not that far behind us. And so Rob hasn't been able to make that move on this lap. Oh, the leader runs wide there. And can Rob follow him through? He must be struggling on those tyres. And we're going to run wide there as well. Not too wide. That's wide. And that's going to lose us a bit of momentum.
Okay, you're within 1 second of the car ahead. Get ready.
DRS is now available. There's people trying to break the toe in front of me. We just need to keep in with 1 second of this battle and all sorts could happen later on. Ideally they would be making an overtake somewhere, but the car's just not set up for it.
Okay, clear.
We get right on Matty's gearbox through that section, but then it comes to this hairpin and that's where we're struggling to put the power down. So we gain 2/10 in that first sector and then we lose it just in that hairpin section. But a lot closer this time, and Matty feels threatened enough to have to defend for us. That's Rob making a move for the lead. Him and Bill to Matt side by side here. And I think Rob's going to sweep around the outside. He does, and he has the inside line for the next corner. And so I need Matty to follow through, and I'll follow him through now. Because the strategy of going on the softs for our second stint isn't working at this point. Oh, there's all sorts going on there. Someone must have got out of shape. Everyone had to brake very, very quickly. And so this might be the closest we've been to Matty, as he's going to run wide there. We're going to have a look on the outside. Oh, he just blocks us off. It was all legal. Try and dummy him, that's not going to work. And this battling's allowed Skarma right into the back of us as well, so it is still a 5-car battle for the lead of this race. Matty trying to break the toe to us, so he's concerned. Rob Wilson's been overtaken for the lead, so it's all happening. Lap 14, there's about 2 seconds separating the top 5. This is brilliant. What isn't brilliant is my strategy at the moment. So the yellow flag, someone's retired. There's no sign of a safety car at the moment. As we get slightly out of shape out of the last corner yet again. And there's the safety car just as we pass the pit entrance. And there it is coming out. Into a box this lap. What this has done is it helps us strategy wise because everyone's boxed for the mediums except for the leader who's gone on softs. and it will be a hell of a struggle for those to last until the end of this race. But he will have one huge pace advantage. I think the softs are roughly about 1.2, 1.3 seconds a lap quicker than the mediums. Whether they'll last 10 laps, it's hit or miss. As we pick up a daft one, we need to be careful then. Kind of need to hope that others in front of us pick up warnings as well. With how close this race is, that will come into play. No DRS yet, of course. And the leader looks as though he's bolted on those softs, which is what he has to do. But the hope is he'll come back to me, Rob, Matty, Skarma. Possibly even Niari's having a very, very good showing as well. And so it's P4 at the moment, and we may have to stay P4 unless we start making some moves. And that'll be a shame considering our pace was probably worthy of a podium. And so we just need to harass Matty into making a mistake, I feel. That'll be the way to do it. Oh, but that's not going to do it. Quite a lot of understeer there. In Matty's dirty air, it's difficult to follow a car on this first section. So we have lost some momentum, so we need to get back and make sure we're within a second ASAP. We do have better speed than Matty through that little chicane type complex. I believe it's based on the Senna S at Brazil, which I don't see myself. And so at the moment we're still in that second. We need to be mindful of how we manage ERS because we may need it later on. And the leader is absolutely bolted at this point on those softs. Oh, as we get out of shape there. And yet again that lack of traction. It will cost us 2/10. And then what will happen is we'll make time through this corner.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS.
And so it looks as though Marty and Rob are going to start battling soon. And so we're going to need to pick up the pieces from that. Skarma's still right on our tail, he's around the 1 second mark. So he could come into play at any minute. But we're definitely gaining on these two through that first sector. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Matty's straight line speed is like without the car in front of him having DRS. He closes up very, very quickly there to Rob. As yet again the back end steps out just a little bit on us. And this has been an absolutely brilliant battle so far. And so Matty looks close. And Rob knows that, so he's trying to break the toe as they go up the hill. We're not close enough because of the DRS. We're able to stay in touch with these two. And Matty does look closer than he has done before. So you may be thinking of making a move early now on Rob. Is there a chance we can pick up anything from here? Who knows? Matty's definitely close. He's within the DRS as well. And he seems to have better straight line speed than everyone. Rob's weaving, trying to break the toe. But Matty's going to stick it up the inside, and I believe that's the move done, is it? It is, but Rob tries the up and under. Oh, they're side by side. This is brilliant. And Matty's ahead, but Rob's right on his tail. Scarma behind, not enjoying the medium tyres. He's fallen back slightly. And of course what this is doing is allowing the leader to stretch that lead of his. And Rob really, really close to Matty now, so is he going to make a move going into the first corner? He tried it. It's side by side going into the first sector. Rob backs out. We don't pick up a warning for that. Rob's lost a bit of momentum. We're going to follow Rob's line for there because he seems to be extremely quick. We're not as quick as him, but he's definitely quicker than Matty, and I wonder now, did Matty use a lot of ERS on the overtake attempt that lap? He doesn't quite hit the apex there as well, so Rob's right on his back. It's brilliant traction. Right in his slipstream. Rob's late, he's going to make the move. On the brakes, and he does that. Both give each other plenty of space. Matty will look again. I'm not sure if they may have touched there. We're going to have a look at the outside of Matty. That's not going to happen anytime soon, but we should get a better run out of this corner. As long as we can get the traction down, which we do. Matty's understeer. Oh, he did pick up wing damage. He must have done. And that's third place. But what we have done is we've lost that DRS to Rob. As we do, we get sideways coming out of the penultimate corner. And so here's a replay. I can't see any wing damage from there. But he was slow coming off the corner. No, still nothing there, and we went straight through. And so on to lap 23 now, and the question is, how close can we get to Rob? Gap at the moment is just over a second. And I think Rob's pushing now to make sure it stays that way. And he's definitely quicker through this section than we are. We don't take the best of lines. We lost 3/10 just there. But I'm happy at the moment now to consolidate third place, I think. And Matty did have to pit, so it was a wing change. We've got enough of a gap to Scarma. We're going to struggle to catch with Rob. The gap's 1.4 seconds. What I don't want to do is spin, especially with my traction the way it is, or pick up any daft time penalties and give Scarma a sniff behind me. And so Rob's pulled that second. He's really pushed on this lap, and that gap now 1.7, 1.8 tenths. Seconds even, sorry. So he's obviously pushed here. to get us out of the RS range.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead.
And it looks though it's worked as we start lap 24.
Race on these tyres.
And as we come to lap 28, we took a little bit of time out of Rob. Not enough though, but we will have a podium after a very, very difficult race. Really enjoyable race. Well done to Bilton Martin, his first win in his first race. We'll have a podium. It'll move us ahead of Matterman in the championship as well. And there we are in third place on the podium, dressed in black as a mark of respect to the news that Sir Frank Williams sadly passed away today, an absolute legend of the sport. We also had a BMW Williams type livery as well in the race as a mark of respect to him. Yeah, an absolute legend of the sport. Sad to see him gone. And I know the results. Because of that, we now do move into third in the championship. Matty still leads. Rob Will second. Us in third. Then it's Matterman and then it's Skarma. We really took advantage of Matterman not being